Andariki Namaskaram. Honorable Chairman, Telangana State Legislative Council, Honorable Speaker, Telangana State Legislative Assembly, Honorable Members of Legislative Council and Legislative Assembly, I convey my heartiest greetings. The Telangana State, marching with an objective of development of all the sectors and welfare of all the communities, is striding forward with self-confidence into yet another financial year. Telangana region was carved into separate state as a new dawn, assuring from utter darkness by tearing apart the darkness that prevailed for 6 decades. Telangana state, which is still a nascent stage, had achieved many milestones in all sectors and became a torch-bearer to the entire country, just as blossoming flower sheds its fragrance. Those who opposed formation of Telangana hurled several curses like there will be a law and order problem. If Telangana state is formed, utter jeopardy will prevail in Hyderabad, darkness will exist without power, and industries will move away. They even made mockery that people of Telangana are not capable of doing agriculture. They prophesied that Telangana would not survive as a state. Even after formation of Telangana also, the external and the internal elements had even tried to halt the progress of the state with their plots. But what happened? The way shown by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that only answer to the opponents is to stand straight by facing challenges and to take our identity to a state which cannot be put aside, is taken as an inspiration, and Telangana state today is standing straight and made critics to shut their mouth. Under the visionary leadership of Chief Minister Kalvakuntala Chandrasekhar Rao, several innovative schemes were introduced by government which paved the already shattered Telangana state due to the plots of erstwhile rulers into the development mode and transformed Telangana as a progressive state. The rise of Telangana state to third position is in Sustainable Development Goals India Index declared by UNO reflects the state's progress. The remnants, the achievements from 2014 June 2 till today, we will be left astonished. If we recollect the awful memories of distress prior to the formation of the new state, even now, those memories will pain us. Then there was backwardness in all sectors, unrest in all sections of community, disturbance in all regions, darkness everywhere, and was a zigzag puzzle. From these dire straits, Telangana state reached to stage of optimism is not a miracle that happened in overnight. Behind this victory lie thousands of hours of brainstorming and endeavoring for 6.5 years in matter concerning what should happen in Telangana after the formation of new state. The then leader of movement and at present the leader of our state, Sri Kalvakuntala Chandrasekhar Rao, had crystal clear understanding in the background of his experience. Government had comprehensive understanding as to what is there in Telangana, what did it lack, what was necessary, where do we stand in different sectors, where we should head, what are immediate necessities, what are future goals, what are the resources available and how to utilize them, how to pool the financial resources, what are the challenges we will be facing and how to overcome them, and took initial steps. End-to-end planning and perfect execution only placed Telangana state in this high position. As adage goes, a good plan is success half done. This is not an exaggeration to say that in present situations, the state or beyond comparison, and with that, the situation prevailed before formation of the state. Financial growth. The Telangana state formulated its development model as individual-centric and an objective to find solutions to problems. It formulated plans after assessing the available resources and the needs. With strict fiscal discipline, the state has been increasing the revenue resources. From 2014 to 2019, with 17.24% average annual growth rate, the state had increased its revenues and stood first in the country. In 2013 to 2014, the state's GSDP was 4,51,580 crores, and it was by 2019 to 20 increased by 114.71% to reach to 9,69,604 crores. In 2013 to 14, as per capita income in Telangana was rupees 1,12,162, and by 2019 to 20, it was 2,28,216. The state government is spending the increased revenues with fiscal discipline and perfect planning to develop the infrastructure and welfare of the people. According to the present assessment, the anticipated per capita income and GSDP by the end of 2020 to 2021 financial year would likely to be 2,27,145 rupees and rupees 9,78,373 crores respectively. From 2004 to 2014, in the 10 years in Telangana, rupees 54,052 crores was spent as capital expenditure, whereas from 2014 to 2020, in 6 years, rupees 2.3 lakh crores was spent as capital expenditure from both budget and non-budget funds. This alone reflects the state government's progressive and development-oriented fiscal management. Telangana state stood one among the top 5 states in the country with the best performance in increasing own resources. Taking loans within the limits of FRBM to increase the capital expenditure, this was mentioned in the State of State Finance report, which was recently released by the PRS Legislative Research. This is an ample proof of the state's financial prudence and fiscal discipline. In 2019 to 20 financial year, the economic recession prevailed all over the country, coupled with 2020 to 2021 COVID-19 pandemic has an adverse impact on the state finances. But yet, the state government had evolved and implemented strategies to face each and every challenging situation and ensured that the state economy had not slipped out of hands. It is a proud moment to the state when country's economic survey 2020 to 2021 that was presented to Parliament declared that Telangana state was one of the few states that could recover economically faster from the financial crisis created by the COVID-19 pandemic. All the frontline workers toiled courageously and momentously in saving the state from coronavirus. Today, the state is safe due to the tireless and continuous services rendered by the medical and police personnel as well as the sanitation workers. I convey my hearty compliments to all those. Corona vaccination. The coronavirus created doldrums in the entire world. My government had adopted effective steps to prevent the spread of dreaded coronavirus by providing free medical treatment to the corona affected. It saved precious lives of many. The entire country recorded 1.4% average deaths due to corona, while the state it is 0.54%. The percent of the people who recovered from corona all over the country is 97.2 and it is 98.88% in Telangana state, which is more than the country's percentage. Which is more than the country's percentage. Country's economic survey report stated that the Telangana state stood top most in the country as far as curtailing the spread of corona pandemic, deaths due to the virus, fast economic recovery from the pandemic, and for conducting a greater number of tests. As on date, the corona vaccination program is being conducted successfully on priority basis. The entire medical fraternity and the frontline workers have been successfully vaccinated. At present, vaccination program is in progress for those who cross 60 years of age and also those suffering from comorbidities. Aiming at vaccinating 50 lakh individuals, the government had made necessary arrangements which included organizing 1,200 vaccination centers, innovations that the new Telangana state achieved. Telangana, which was subjected to all sorts of discrimination and destruction, is now marching and progressing ahead tremendously in all sectors. Success in power sector. In the power sector, the Telangana state had achieved marvelous success to the surprise of the entire nation. In the erstwhile united AP rule, the people of Telangana suffered a lot due to the power cuts and crop holidays. The industrial production too suffered badly due to power holidays. That was why people desired for a separate state so that they could overcome the situation. The then rulers threatened that the state would plunge into utter darkness. Proving all their forecasts as false, my government transformed the state into an illuminating one. The very complicated power crisis in the state was overcome successfully by the state government within a very short span of time. The Telangana state had rewritten a new history as the only state which is providing 24-hour free supply to the farm sector and uninterrupted power to all the sectors. This is the first of the kind in the state. The installed power capacity at the time of formation of the state was only 7,778 megawatts, whereas it is 16,245 megawatts now. The then transmission capacity was 13,900 megawatts amperes, whereas now it is reached to 37,000 MVA. Then per capita power consumption was 1,110 units, whereas it is increased now to 2,071 units. This was announced by the Central Electricity Authority, which is an indication of great success that the Telangana state achieved in power sector. Telangana's per capita power consumption is higher than that of the nation's average of 1,208 units. The solar power was only 71 megawatts then, and now it is 4,840 megawatts. Then the maximum peak demand of United AP was 13,162 megawatts, while it is 13,468 megawatts recently. Government of India complimented my government's success in power front for supplying uninterrupted quality power without any power cuts in spite of marked increase in the number of power connections, per capita consumption and maximum peak demand. This itself is a great success story for the government, which has been appreciated by the union government. In recognition of this success that the state government registered in power sector, Council of Energy, Environment and Water (CEW) announce awards to the electricity corporations in the state. It is an indication of our progressive outlook that Niti Aayog has announced that Telangana got third rank among the list of the best states which supply affordable, clean energy without harming the environment and also with considerably less financial burden on people. This is it. Another indication of state's progressive outlook in managing energy resources. The works on Yadadri, Bhadradri power plants are being completed on fast track to make the state a power surplus state. In power sector, this is a great and delightful success story. In this modern era, electricity is a development index and a priority sector. The Central Electricity Authority announced that my government, by taking all necessary safeguards and working on a continuous basis, achieved successes in power sector. This sort of work has not taken place anywhere in the country. Mission Bhagiratha, permanent solution to drinking water problem. Mission Bhagiratha scheme completely put an end to the drinking water problem and that the Telangana people suffered for decades over. This scheme has become a torchbearer for the entire country to follow and emulate. This is a matter for all of us should feel proud of. The Central Jal Shakti Mission has declared that Telangana state is the one and only state in the country which is providing safe and pure drinking water through pipes to all the households, schools, Anganwadi centers. This is a befitting recognition to the state government's efforts. Through Mission Bhagiratha scheme, safe drinking water is supplied to all remote villages, tribal tandas and Adivasi Gudams. Prior to 2014, drinking water supply was provided, that too partially, to just 5,672 habitations. Now, protected drinking water is supplied to 24,543 habitations to every household every day through pipes and taps. On the whole, there are 57,26,804 household tap connections, 65 intake wells, 109 water treatment plants, 1,49,905 kilometers long pipelines and 13,901 service crossings were constructed as part of this mega scheme. 87,412 connections were given to the Anganwadis, schools, Raitu Vedikas and Vaikunda Dhamams. Prior to 2014, there were only 17,769 overhead service reservoirs, and with new construction of 19,233 reservoirs, the number increased to 37,002. For the drinking water schemes, from 2004 to 2014, in 10 years' time in Telangana, only 4,198 crores was spent. From 2014 to 2020 and the Telangana government has spent rupees 32,500 crores in 6.5 years and permanently solved the drinking water problem in the state. By launching and completing the scheme with lot of hard work in just 3 years' time is itself a record. With Mission Bhagiratha scheme, the fluoride problem has been totally eradicated in the state. Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation of the central government in its report declared Telangana state as fluoride free, and this is an outstanding victory that the state has achieved. What the then United AP rulers could not achieve in 60 years, my government has achieved in a short span of time. This announcement that I am making now is a truth that everyone and every household experiences every day. Mission Kakatiya, revival of the ancient tanks. Due to the indifferent attitude of elsewhere rulers, out of 75,000 ancient tanks constructed during the Kakatiya dynasty, as many as 30,000 tanks were vanished. The groundwater level sank to deeper depths. agriculture sector plunged into a major crisis. Observing this ground level reality and grave situation, my government has embarked on a major program of Mission Kakatiya to revive and rejuvenate the remaining 45,000 tanks, and the entire program was taken up as a yagna and successfully completed. Now the tanks are brimming with water as the storage capacity has increased by leaps and bounds. This resulted in the rise in the groundwater levels. The center has recently released a data on the groundwater levels. It analyzed the groundwater levels in 549 wells in the state. The report stated that out of 549 wells, groundwater has increased by 91% in 498 wells. This is due to the Mission Kakatiya and its success. The agriculture, which past rulers have termed as a wasteful profession, has now become a flourishing festivity profession. With the revival of tanks, the fishing activity began on high note. Fishermen are earning good profits now. This gave a lot push to the biodiversity. This is a wonderful live picture which is very much before the eyes of the people to enjoy and feel happy. Irrigation projects. With a great and noble objective of making 1 crore acres of land irrigated in the state, my government has embarked upon constructing major and medium irrigation projects in the state. During the United AP rule, Telangana region was known for its arid lands and often referred to as a backward region. The United AP rulers, known for their discrimination against Telangana, played the role of a mute spectator when huge quantity of water from the rivers flowed into the sea as waste. They never made any effort to divert these waters to the agriculture lands in Telangana. The entire agriculture sector in Telangana was collapsed due to lack of water for irrigation. Several farmers committed suicide. After formation of the state, my government on a war footing began constructing irrigation projects to ease and free people from the dire situation. First of all the pending and partially completed projects were taken up and were completed. Kalvakurti, Netampadu, Bhima, Koil Sagar, Devadkula, Midmanair, Yelapalli, Singur, Kinesani, Palamvagu, Kumaran Beam, Matadi Vagu, Neelavayali, Jaganpur and other projects work were completed on a fast track. My government has drawn a plan and taken up the construction to restore past glory of the SRSP project. My government has completed in a record 11 months' time the projects Bhakta Ramadas of Khammam district and Tumila lift irrigation scheme in Jugulamba, Gadwal district. 20 lakh of acres are getting water for irrigation due to the completion of these pending projects. The Palamuru district, known for drought-prone and arid region, is now with full of greenery. Migration has come down and the people are doing cultivation in their native areas. Former rulers have designed the irrigation projects in Telangana region with lot of loopholes intentionally. With clear and purposeful discrimination, they have reduced the capacities of reservoirs. They have built reservoirs with very less capacity. The details are as follows. Tummidihetti Barrage, 1.85 TMC, Medaram, 0.58 TMC, Malakpet Reservoir, 0.35 TMC, Anandagiri, 1.7 TMC, Imambad, 1.5 TMC, Tadakpalli, 1.5 TMC, Pamulaparthi, 1 TMC, Pallapura, Baswapura, 0.8 TMC, Chevala Reservoir, 3 TMC, Tipparam, 1 TMC, totaling 11.43 TMC only. This alone proves the level of discrimination the Telangana region suffered under the United AP rule. After formation of Telangana state and after formation of my government, the projects were redesigned to suit to the needs of the state. Interstate disputes were solved amicably and the project's construction was done on a war footing. Kaleshwaram, Palamuru, Rangareddy, Dindi, Sitaram lift irrigation projects are all on the verge of completion. The storage capacity of reservoirs as a part of the projects of Godavari River in the new state are as follows. Lakshmi Barrage 16.17 TMC, Saraswati Barrage 10.87 TMC, Parvati Barrage 8.83 TMC, New Sadarmet 1.58 TMC, Chammaka Barrage 6.94 TMC, Sitama Sagar 37.2 TMC, Ranganayaka Sagar 3 TMC, Mallana Sagar 50 TMC, Kondapochama Sagar 15 TMC, Gandamalla 9.8 TMC, Narasimha Sagar Baswapur 11.4 TMC, Nandi Medaram 0.78 TMC, Annapurna Barrage 3.5 TMC, Malakpet Reservoir 3 TMC, Gaurava Malli, Gandi Malli 10 TMC, Manchipa 3.5 TMC, Chanaga Korata 3.2 TMC, 25 TMC reservoirs in Kamareddy and Yellareddy constituencies. Kupti in Allahabad 5 TMC and in total 227.77 TMC in the reservoir storage capacity. The erstwhile United Rulers proposed 11.43 TMC of the total water storage capacity on the reservoirs of Godavari River, while the water storage capacity is 227.77 TMC to the reservoirs being considered by the Telangana government. The storage capacity of reservoirs for the project planned on Krishna River under Palamuru Rangareddy lift irrigation scheme are as detailed. Anjanagiri 6.4 TMC, Veera Anjaneya 6.55 TMC, Vengadadri 16.74 TMC, Gurumartha Raya 19 TMC, Uttandapur 16.3 TMC,